to another segment of Excuse Me, Mind Your Business. This is actually a follow on to the introductory video. So if you haven't seen the introduction to affirmations, please stop this video and go back and watch that one first, because that video is actually going to give you more insight as to what affirmations are, the power of affirmations, what they can help you accomplish in your life, and how you can help reinvent yourself based on affirmations. So that's going to be a nice basis before you go into this video if you haven't seen it. Now, this is actually the first of a three-part series, so make sure you subscribe to make sure that you get the notices that let you know when the other videos are out. Also, be aware that once we hit our 100 subscription level, there's going to be a celebration. And the celebration, I'm going to actually provide information regarding giving you additional streams of income, how to add and how to build additional streams of income. And that is going to be so powerful. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned for that, because I'm sure our subscribers are going to increase to the level that will happen very soon. So stay tuned. Now, this one, as I said, is a one of a three-part series that's going to give you affirmation and how they relate to your identity. This is part one, and this part is you are who you say you are. And the importance of that is our words speak life. So if a person says they're XYZ, they'll find out in their life that they become XYZ. And because their subconscious mind will start leading to that, and that becomes a very powerful thing. Now, why are affirmations important? Why watching this series is going to be important to you? Because first of all, your life and your death, the negative and the positive in your life, is based on what you say with your tongue. What you say. We listen to what other people say about us, and I got that. Sometimes it's very hurtful, but when you repeat it about yourself over and over again, it becomes real for your physical body, your emotional body, your mind, everything, and you align to what you say about your body, about yourself. The key with that is what you say really matters. So you keep that in mind, because remember, we are creative beings. We are innovative, we're creative, so we have to walk out the plan and purpose that we have for our individual life. Now, the other question that I would ask is, now what? And so why? So the what is, affirmations are one of the most powerful things you can say over your life. And you want to say them in a specific manner, and it empowers the next level or what you see yourself doing. It is something that will switch or reinvent your life. And the other question is why? Because we want to live the most powerful life, the desired life we want. We want to live like it's golden. You know that song, living your life like it's golden, golden. That's the way we want to do it. We want to live our life like it's golden. We want to live the desired life that we want for ourselves, and actually reinventing your life to the life that you want and deserve. That is very powerful. And this is one of the most powerful statements, if you just think about it at a different level, is that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, remember, it's conceive, whatever I can think about, and then I believe with my heart, I believe with my head, I can achieve. You can have seen two people in the same situation, where one was brought up by a single mother, or someone in the projects, or they had a rough life, or they were abused, and then you have another person, the same thing happened in their life. One got over it and they moved on, and they did some amazing things in their life, and the other one was absolutely destroyed by it. Their life never moved forward. They stayed in place. It's not based on what happens to you. It goes beyond that. It's what you think about and where your power goes when you move forward in your life. because wherever your focus goes, your power flows. So if your focus is on negative things, then your power stays in that direction and it becomes very negative. Therefore, you become very negative. So your life kind of ends up looking kind of like weeds, and you don't want your life like that because you have the power to grow anything you want, starting with your mind. Now, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to do a quick thought check. And the thought check is actually based on, we need to look at, is it true? When somebody says something about us or we think a thing, when you think a thing and you say, I am, and you put whatever behind that, or this is, some people say it killing me, or this is what's happening, is that true? So the first thing is you need to think about, is what you're saying, what you're thinking in your mind, is it the truth? And if it's not your truth, you need to put a new thought in it. And that's where affirmations come from. In some cases, we have been told things by people that we love. We were raised in a household and maybe the person said something negative or positive to us, or people around us said negative things to us, and that has had a dramatic impact on our lives. People have been in relationships and people have been abusive physically, emotionally, spiritually to them, and they believe now that has had such an impact in their life that they continue to build on this deceptive brain message that people have presented to them, and so they keep on thinking about that thought, and before you know it, that's the way their life looks. So when you look at the deceptive cycle messages, what happens is you think a thing, and what I'm saying is you need to determine if it's true, and if it's true, then you can apply it. If it's not true, you need to do an erase every time it comes up, and you need to replace it with the truth. For an example, if a person says that they're ugly, no, you need to replace that thought, kick it out, and says, I am beautiful. If a person thinks and says I am poor, no, you need to kick that thought out and say, I have more than enough. You see what I'm saying? I have abundance. I am statements. I am wealthy. I have immediately, right now, not I will have. So what happens with the deceptive brain messages? Things come up in our brain and the message comes in. Then it becomes a habit. It becomes unhealthy, and we respond based on what we believe in the self-talk and the thoughts that we have. So we have to rework those things. Now that deceptive cycle is actually in it's called www.thebestbrainpossible.com. So if you want to look that up, and we're going to put it in the comment section below, so you'll have that information so you can do more reading on it and you can become more informed. Because remember, this is about getting your power back, getting your life back, making a difference. So you need to go out and you need to be active in your in the reinventing of your life. Now, the other thing is, the next thought check is, does this thought build you up or tear you down? Again, if it tears you down, you want to press delete and you want to put add, and you add the new thought. And the other thing is it something that you physically believe? And if it's not positive, can you replace it with something else? Because again, whatever the mind believes and conceives, that's what happens to you. That's what you achieve. And you want to replace bad thoughts, bad habits with things that are positive, things that will help you have a better life. So that's the other thing. Because there's some things that I grew up believing, I was taught, that are not true. There are some things that I was taught about, people, places, things, and I found out later that no, that's not truth for me. And I am better than that. I can do anything. I can do all things. I am wealthy. I am wonderful. That kind of thing. So the other thing is, does it align to what God says? I am a Christian. So For me, I go to the Bible and it looks at I am statements. And I look and say that I'm small. I am. God created me to be a creative being. So therefore, does it align with what He said in His Word? And if it doesn't align with what He said in His Word, it's not something that I receive. I have to press the delete button, okay? And then put the new thought in there. So that's really powerful, and that's something that we need to always keep in mind. Now, remember, what consumes or controls your mind controls your life. So if you are controlled by negative, degrading thought patterns, then that's what controls your life. Because where your focus goes, the power flows. Wherever your focus goes, the power flows. So if you focus on the negative things in your life, guess where your power is going to go? So focusing on a thought that is negative causes the brain to reinforce what you say you don't want. I'm going to say it again. Focusing on a thought that is negative causes the brain, the brain to reinforce it in your brain. So it just brings it back up and says, oh, that's what you want. Oh, that's what you're thinking about. So let me help you make sure that happens. So that's what you want to make sure that you don't do. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to be more aware. You want to be self-aware. You want to be aware of the negative or positive thought patterns that you have. And you want to replace those thought patterns with positive thought patterns. I am statements, affirmations that say what you desire in your life, okay? When you tell yourself you can't do something, then guess what? You can't do it. you know, because your mind responds to what you say and what you think. So the power of that is it's a code switch, and make sure that your mind believes that it can do whatever it is, okay? So that's important. Now, there's some things you may not ever want to do. That's a whole different matter, and we're not dealing with that today. We're dealing with the things that you want in your life, the things that you desire and you deserve, and you want to happen. You want to meet, to have, and to create affirmations that align to that. The other thing is you need to have some self-control. Self-control is me controlling me, not me controlling you. It ain't about me controlling you. It's about me controlling me. So let me control me. Let me get out of your lane, get off your road, and let me control me, okay? So that's the deal. Because it takes more strength to control me. And most people that are trying to control other people have not taken the time to really deal with themselves. So it's more important for me to do self-control and change me, because I have the ability to change me. I do not have the ability to change you. So the other thing is mindful impressions. So whatever the mind can conceive, remember, imagination, mindful considerations, whatever it conceives and believes, it can achieve. So you have to be intentional about your thought patterns. It has to be directional, and it has to be impactful. So you want to impact your life in a positive manner, change the way you think. Add affirmations that help you change your nowness, what you're thinking now. Remember that there are no limitations. The only limitations you have is you. The mind is the most amazing computer that was created by God. It can do more than the largest computer ever built and will ever be built. We're most people, I think the last time I went out and Googled it, most people are using about 10% of the capacity that's in their mind. That's on a good day. Most of us are using a lot less than that. So engage your mind and use the power that it has by redirecting, reinventing, and identifying the things you desire to think about, so your focus and your power can be on the things that you really want to happen to you. You want to use I am statements. You said I am whatever you say. I am whatever you say. Not I will, because I will puts it in the future. I am, I have puts it in the now. Yes, It may not be true in the natural yet, but it is true once you conceive it in your mind and you then walk it out. Yes, you still have to walk it out. It's not affirmations are not a miracle drug. You take a pill, you read something a few times, and it automatically pop. It happens. There's work involved, but aren't you worth it? Aren't you worth it where you can have the best life ever? Aren't you worth being wealthy? Aren't you worth having more time to spend with your family and go on great vacations? Aren't you worth not being under a lot of stress and pressure? And it's not just about money. Aren't you worth believing that you're worth it, that you are enough? Aren't you worth it? Then I believe you are. There's greatness inside of you, and you need to do what it takes to bring that greatness out. And affirmations will help you do that. So now we talk about the actual positive affirmations. Remember, affirmations are positive. You say them in the present tense, like I am, and you say it in the now. You say it in first person, I am, and you say it in the now, present tense, as if it has already occurred. Because then your mind will help you, allow you, push you, transform you into a way that it'll come to pass. You'll start thinking of things that you've never thought about. You'll have witty inventions and ideas. All of these things will start happening because of the affirmations that you're saying. So you have to be prepared for that. So one of the things you do is you put a pad next to your bed so that when you wake up, if you have a thought, what you do is you write the thought down, because later on you're not going to remember it. And I don't care what age you are, you're not going to remember it because life happens. So you want to write the thought down, and you want to get it some research and look at it and see what is the thought, what could it lead to, okay? So you want to do that. So you take control. Now, positive affirmations, and there was this statement that came from Dr. Swartz and a Dr. Gatnings. It was in an article that we're going to put the link to in the comment section. And they specifically said this, and I thought it was real powerful. Any false or inaccurate thought or unhelpful or distracting impulse, urge, or desire that takes you away from your true goals and intentions in life, that's being negative. That puts you in a vicious cycle. And the vicious cycle is where deceptive brain messages results in potential and unhealthy habits, addiction, unhealthy ways, and on and on and on. Puts you in a pattern of negativity. Puts you in a pattern of having loss. Puts you in a pattern of being having unhealthy habits, unhealthy ways, and addictions and problems in your life. So you don't want to do that because it's distracting and it's destructive. So that's what happens when you're in a situation where you have negative self-talk, you have negative thoughts in your mind. You want to make sure that you put positive affirmations. Okay? So what you do with an affirmation is you have, I recommend you put it on a 3x5 card. Get 2 3x5 cards, which are just the index card. And what you do is you write some affirmations on there, whatever you are interested in reinventing in your life. Don't fill it up where you can't read it. Write it out and then repeat it. Put one on your mirror so that you can see it in the morning and before you go to bed at night, and say them out loud. Then the other one you put in your wallet or your purse, and what you do with that is you read it during the day when you get a chance. If you're in the line, a long line or something, take your affirmation out and read it. And then, for an example, you may be in a store, grocery store, and you look in your cart and you said, okay, I said I'm going to be a size 8. My cart didn't have anything in here but sugar and processed foods. That's probably not going to help me get there. So let me restructure and maybe come out of line and go toward the side that I'm believing for, because, of course, it's some actionable steps you have to take. You can't keep on doing what you've always done and get different results. It just doesn't work. I think they call that insanity. Okay? So that's one of the things. You want to be creative. Remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Your mind can do anything. Your mind can do anything. So this is just an opportunity to get rid of some things in your life and to add and make sure that you add some valuable things in your life, and your life becomes even more impactful and even more powerful, and that you enjoy this next level in your life. Regardless of where you at, everybody can take it to a higher level, okay? I'm going to say a couple of I am statements before we close out. Uh, I am making a difference. I am a responsible person. I am creative. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am physically fit, healthy, and attractive. I am financially free and owe no man nothing but to love him. Okay? That's just a few. Make your own or look out online and look for positive affirmations or affirmations related to whatever area that you're interested in, and only put the ones on there that really resonate with you. That is important. Remember, say them twice a day, at least twice a day, and put the ones that you can believe that you can have. You don't want to be in a situation where you, right now, you can't you're living from paycheck to paycheck, and you can't even believe to have $100 in the bank account right now. So you can't say, I want $1 million in my bank right now. Your mind may not be able to conceive and believe that. So maybe what you would say is that I have more than enough. I have more than enough. I have $3,000 excess money in my bank account. I have this, whatever it is. And then as you grow at that level, you'll take it to the next level. And the next level is maybe 30,000 or whatever the number is. So remember to do all that. Remember, repetition matters. And then this is only part one, okay? So subscribe below so that you can automatically be notified when part 2 comes out, and part 3. And know that you're bold, you're fabulous, you're strong. You can be in control of your own mind. Be your best that you can ever be. Be wealthy, be healthy, utilize your time, your talent, and your treasure. I celebrate you. I celebrate all that is ahead for you. I know that you can control your thoughts. I know you can increase your life. I know you can make a difference. This is Johnnie, and thank you for watching another segment of Excuse Me, Mind Your Business. Use your mind to handle your life. Mind your business, okay?